22 years ago, the attacks of September 11th in New York, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania captured the world's attention. At Messiah, students and faculty grappled with the shocking news of the tragedy. I sat down with those who were here at Messiah on that fateful morning.
It was an absolutely beautiful day. When I was driving in, I was thinking, okay, this is the kind of day you want to store in a bottle and bring out later.
A colleague passed me and said something about a plane hitting a building, but it didn't really register in my mind. It's like, oh, plane hitting a building, what's that all about? It wasn't until I went into my classroom that I began to learn what was happening that day.
And I heard something was going on, like there was some noise around campus. Well, we heard a plane crashed, so that's not good news, but it's not what we thought it was later, right? Then we heard that it landed into a major building in New York. My first thought was, that's not normal. Flight paths don't run there.
I remember sitting in the audience when someone went behind the stage and whispered something into her ear. But then when she got up to the podium to pronounce the benediction or the closing prayer, she says, I just heard that the trade centers were, she didn't say attacked, they just were hit by airplanes. So we didn't really know much at that time.
It was chaos. Nobody knew what was going on. So I was done with my classes, and so there was enough anxiety. I remember Rayanne Hammond, another faculty member, had come down the hall and said something big is going on and we're not getting information. I remember setting up a TV in the sort of alcove of Hoffman Hall just to get some programming on. And by the time I had done that, the second plane had crashed. And when two planes crash, stop to think about that. This is clearly not an accident. And of course, it's shocking, like you can't really do the math. And all I thought was, I'm done with my classes. I want to be with my family. It felt that existential.
Yeah, it was kind of a shock. Where did this come from? The discussion was over, well, does anyone here know or have any connections to people in New York City? And there were a few distant. No one had any relative who was directly impacted.
Initially, as the impact of the event began to settle in, there was some kind of, students felt uncertain, some were worried and anxious about what this all really meant and what the future would hold for them. And gradually all of us began thinking about the same, what is this, the impact of all this going to be?